G'day everyone, it's Justin and
Matt.
Two dads again from Australia, and we're coming to today in a 2022 Genesis G70 Shooting Brake. Okay mate, I know that you and I, we love our cool wagons, don't we?
Oh, very much so, and I've owned a couple.
Yeah, what have you owned?
I've had a Volkswagen Passat R36 wagon,
Cool car,
and
yep.
Subaru WRX 1999 wagon.
Ah, okay, that's really cool too. Yeah, I've owned a couple of cool wagons too, I reckon. I've had a Polestar Volvo V70, which was a really good, fun and family-friendly car.
Yeah.
But I really regret selling my old BMW E46 M Sport Touring. That was a good car too.
It was, that was lovely.
So mate, I thought what we'd do today, we'd jump into this Genesis G70 Shooting Brake, as there doesn't seem to be too many cool station wagons left out there anymore. It's because everyone tends to buy SUVs, don't they?
Yeah.
Well mate, Genesis is Hyundai's luxury brand. It's like what Lexus is to Toyota, and the G70 is their mid-size car. It's sort of equivalent to a 3 Series BMW or a C-Class Mercedes, something like that. Hey mate, do you know where the term shooting brake comes from?
I believe so. Wasn't it from the two-door sort of station wagon style? Didn't it kick off from something like that?
Yeah. I think it was, you know, like an English term or something like that. But you own something like that, didn't you? What did you own? It's
Actually, you're right. I did. It was a BMW Z3M Coupe.
the shoe. What do they call that thing? The clown shoe.
The clown shoe,
Yeah.
the bread van. Yeah, it was quite polarising with its styling. But yeah, that's
it.
the
Yeah,
one I
because it's a
did.
two-door sort of wagon style thing, isn't
Exactly.
it?
Yes.
But I guess this G70 shooting brake, they use the term shooting brake here, but it's a 4-door, okay, but it still has a bit of coupe sort of station wagon styling about it, doesn't it? Because it's got a very low roof at the back and things like that. So anyway, mate, the G70 shooting brake was released in Australia late last year, and it's the only one of its type in the Genesis lineup, and it's got a list price of $79,000. It's pretty much one of those what you see is what you get kind of cars too. The only option on this car is actually a Sportline style package, which this one's actually got. So for that you get 19-inch dark finished alloys, a dark chrome exterior, sports interior with aluminium inserts and sports pedals. And this option pack is actually no extra cost too, so that's pretty good. So you decide to have it or not. It's equipped with a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo engine, which puts out 179 kilowatts at 6,200 RPM and 353 newton meters at 1,400 to 3,500 RPM, and that's coupled to an 8-speed automatic. And guess what? It's rear-wheel drive. It uses 95 octane unleaded, and it's got a combined fuel consumption of about 9 litres per 100 k's. So you can get a 3.3 litre V6 twin turbo in the G70 sedan, but unfortunately you can only get the shooting brake with the 4-cylinder turbo. And you know what? If all of this does sound a little bit familiar, you're right. The G70 is pretty much the same as Kia's awesome Stinger. It does the luxury thing pretty well too. It comes with like keyless entry. It's got quilted Napa leather trim with suede headlining. 19-inch wheels with 225 40 19s on the front and 255 35 19s on the back, and they're quality sort of Michelin Pilot Sport 4s as well. Comes with a Brembo brake package as well. Heated and ventilated front seats, and they're heated in the back as well. It's got a heated steering wheel with electric tilt and telescopic adjustment. It's got a 12.3-inch 3D instrument cluster with head-up display, a 10.25-inch navigation touchscreen, which is pretty much the same as the normal sort of high-end Hyundai and Kia setup with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, but you've got to plug it in. You get a panoramic glass sunroof and a 15-speaker Lexicon premium sound system, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, mate, now that you've had the G70 for a bit this week, Give us your driving impressions. What do you think?
So my driving impressions on this, it's so much fun. It's responsive, it's fun to drive, it's engaging, and it just makes me want to drive further and further.
Okay.
Short and sweet. Oh, so
What about like performance, right?
Oh,
Stuff like
so
that,
steering wise, fantastic. It really feels engaging. Steering wheel, great.
It's very direct, isn't it?
It
So,
is.
yeah.
It really is. And suspension, it's not active ride.
No,
Is
it
that
doesn't
right?
have adaptive suspension, but it handles really well, doesn't it?
It does. It
Yeah.
does everything really well dynamically. If you're driving slowly, fast, want to take some corners, having rear-wheel drive, brilliant. Yeah, loads of fun. The brakes are fantastic. They do take a little bit of modulation to get used to because I came out of something without Brembos, but they're exceptionally powerful and they stop this thing very well. So overall driving experience is really high level.
So
really
you'd
great.
rate this as fun to drive?
Very fun.
I thought it was fun to drive too. I mean, the only thing I could probably think that, would have been really nice, the 3.3 V6 twin turbo in this thing. Just a little bit more power. I mean, it's ample for everyday usage.
Yeah.
But, to get that nice kick in the back you get from the twin turbo V6, it would have been nice. But no, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, mate, let's have a quick chat about family friendliness, practicality, safety. What's your opinion on the driving position? You like it?
I love it, very much so. It feels sporty, but there's so many adjustments that you can make, and you can really find a really nice sweet spot if you like sitting low down.
Yeah,
it really has
it's
that
a really nice centre of gravity, low to the ground sort of feel to it.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it feels really sporty,
Yep.
but it's actually very comfortable as well. Got lumbar support, all the adjustments that you could have, everything you'd possibly want to get that perfect driving position for yourself.
What about visibility? How'd you find it? Because it's got a pretty sort of the back shrinks down a bit. So.
Yeah, it does, and the rear window isn't large. However, the side mirrors are large.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Also, it's sort of deceptive in the depth. It doesn't feel like a long car when you're driving it, and visually, it doesn't feel like it's hindered by that sloping roofline at the back. So, yeah, it's great.
How was it? Easy to park? And all?
Piece of cake. All the tech that you've got, 360 camera. It's got so many camera views when you're parking. It's not funny. So it's exceptionally easy.
Mate, what was your opinion of the interior styling, ergonomics and stuff like that?
Good question. So the interior styling is a little bit of a throwback, even though it's very modern. So it's actually got lots of buttons, but they're all practical, well laid out, and they touch nicely. Everything's really designed to a high level, so it's sort of angled towards the driver, so you feel like a little bit like you're in a cockpit. It's got a proper traditional gear lever for an automatic, and all the things that you touch are really high quality. The stitching, the leather, it's a beautiful place to be in.
To me, it feels old school BMW, like in the good old days of BMW when, the cockpit was angled towards the driver. And cars today, they're getting rid of buttons in cars. They're getting those haptic buttons on steering wheels and things, which are really hard to use. And with no buttons in the car and you're looking at a display, that's not real good for your driver safety. But this is good because it's easy to find everything that you need in the car, and it's a comfortable position. So
Exactly,
yeah. What did you think about the 3D instrumentation?
It took me a little bit to get used to, because I did play around with the settings and take it off, but I actually really like it. It really feels like it really works, and it's very effective, and it's so smooth in its operation. I actually really like it.
Yeah, I know, it's a little bit of a gimmick, but it's good. It looks all right, doesn't
Yeah.
it? So,
I thought exactly the same thing. Is it a gimmick? Does it work? What's the purpose?
Yeah.
But it actually brings this depth to the screen that really draws you in, and it is very
It's
practical.
special.
Yeah. It
Makes it
feels
special.
good quality, and the way that they've designed the graphics on it, it really looks premium.
I know we said that the 10.25 inch, it's pretty much the same as what you get in the other Hyundais and Kias and things like that. But sound system, I reckon the sound system of this thing's really good. It's like it's a 15 speaker premium sound system. What do you think?
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely, it's so clear, crystal clear. You put it. There's got this thing with different sort of scenery things, and there's a rainforest mode, and it literally sounds like you're in a rainforest with all the trees and the birds and the waterfalls. It's absolutely really lovely.
Okay, mate. You sat in the back. How was it?
Yeah, it feels like a limousine in the back because you're quite reclined, but everything's just beautifully designed. The materials are great, and it took a little bit for me to get in and out of because mostly my feet with shoes on. But once you're in there, it is more than comfortable.
Yeah, I thought it's a little bit tight, so it's not exactly 100% family friendly because of the sloping of the rear roof there. But if your kids aren't gigantic, it's okay.
Yeah.
I think the only thing you got to watch is that the centre position there, because it is rear wheel drive. There is a lump in the middle, isn't there? So
there is, yeah.
I think for the kids in the back, it's pretty good that they've got USBs, they've got vents, so and the outer seats in the back are heated too, which is good. My kids found that was really good on a cold morning going to school.
Likewise.
Yeah. Mate, what about the boot? Practicality of the boot. What did you think?
It was because it's a little bit higher up. It's very easy to get things in and out of, and the tailgate is super practical. It's so easy to use. So I thought the boot was a very good size for the purpose of the car. I
thought it's a little narrow because like the sides have got built up things in there.
Yeah.
But you're right about the smart boot opening. That's really good. You don't even have to touch the car or anything. You can walk up to it and the car knows that the key fob's there and it will open up the boot. So that's a good thing. Yeah. Okay, mate, I'll just have a quick chat about the safety features in the car. 10 airbags, okay, including front, centre and rear side airbags. Autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian, cyclist, vehicle detection and junction turning assist, which is a sort of a Kia Hyundai thing now that they do in their cars. Blind spot view monitoring in dash, which is good. So when you indicate, that picture on the side comes up, which is good. It's got blind spot collision avoid assist in the rear, lane following assist, surround view monitor, rear cross traffic collision avoidance assist, and leading vehicle departure alert. So, mate, they've loaded this thing up with safety, haven't they?
It's got everything you could think of.
All right, mate. Just a quick chat about value for money. Now, what did you think? If I threw some competitors at you, okay. So, like we said, there's not many sort of premium luxury wagons left anymore. No. So, I had a look. I mean, there's the Volkswagen Arteon Shooting Brake. That's 73,240. BMW 330i Touring. That's got a list price of 87,300. There's the Audi A4 45 TFSI S-Line Avant, 76,000. And this thing's 79,000. But I think the advantage that this car has got over those competitors is that everything's included. Like the Euros especially, like the list price is your starting point for when you want to actually get the car, isn't it? Then you've got to start ticking option boxes.
Yeah.
And you can scarily get up to 100 grand in some of those cars.
Yeah,
can't you? So,
exactly.
Yeah. You can get 15 exterior colours, including 3 matte finishes as well. But what do you think? Value for money?
Look, because of the fact that everything is loaded in except for that sports line pack, which is included.
Cost. Yeah.
Exactly, even better. So you tick the option box, which is there's one, and it's free. So it's exceptionally good value for money because there's nothing for wanting in here. It's got everything you'd want.
It's a real comfortable place to be, isn't it?
It is. I really love being in this cabin. It's really great, and driving is fun. So from a value for money perspective, I think it's really well priced, and very much so considering that it's got everything included.
But wait, there's more.
Oh.
Okay.
Tell us the
old
price.
man? Tell us the price, son. The after sales on this car, like that is something to note because the car comes with a 5-year unlimited K warranty. Okay.
Okay.
Servicing is every 12 months or 10,000 Ks, but you don't have to pay for it. This car comes with complimentary 5-year 50,000 K servicing, so that's free. It's got their Genesis to You program, which is like a valet service thing. So when you want it serviced or you want something done on the warranty, you ring them up. They come out with another Genesis car, drop it off to you, pick up your car, take it in for servicing, and then bring it back. How good's that?
That is phenomenal.
And you also get 5-year premium roadside assistance. So if anything happens to the car, they'll tow it to the nearest Genesis dealership too. So, mate, that's really good. Like, that's
like, yeah, you hear that some dealers offer a corporate plan if you're associated with a corporate company, and some maybe 2 years free servicing. But offering it to everybody, and
but you don't get anywhere near that stuff. I mean,
No.
I had that in some of my cars, and yeah, you don't get them dropping a car off to pick up your car. You know? So
like that's really exclusive stuff, but it's available to everybody that purchases it.
yeah,
Like,
that's really
wow.
nice. Yeah, that's good. But I mean, we've harped on how good this car is, I suppose. Any negatives that you can think of?
really the only slight, not gripe, but I would like to see it with those engine options to have the, I guess the larger engine capacity in it, the twin turbo. That would be great to have as an option, and fair enough, it will probably be a bit more expensive. But besides that, realistically, the only gripe I have is the plug in the cable to get, Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. That's probably the only thing that I think it really fundamentally needs, because the dash and this center console is so nicely designed, and having a cable hanging out, I know it's a first world problem, but that would probably be the only gripe I've got. Everything else is actually exceptional.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? So. Okay, mate. X Factor. What our usual thing is about, when you're driving past, you're going to check out your reflection when you're against shop windows, or when you park the car, you're going to look back at it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, 100%. Every time I look at different angles and the boot, how it squats down and it slopes down in the rear. Absolutely love it. Yep. X Factor 10 out of 10. Yeah,
the styling on this car to me just is awesome, because it's got like the arches actually bulge out a little bit too, don't they? So it looks aggressive. You mentioned the colour. The colour in this thing, it's a green, but Aston Martin green?
Yeah,
sort of like
it's got hints of that through it. So it's a really lovely colour, and having that many options of colours, 15 options, like far out, phenomenal.
But having a cool wagon these days, I think is really good. In the world of SUVs and things like that, having something different like this, and it does stand out too, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, thumbs up. Okay, just want to put a big thanks out to our friends at Genesis Australia for the loan of the G70 Shooting Brake this week. Mate, I think it's a real hidden gem, this car. It looks great. It's got, it's not totally family friendly, but there's a lot of practicality with the car, and it's definitely fun to drive. So it suits all that criteria. So if you're looking for something, a little bit left of centre, I reckon this is the car. This is good.
Yeah.
And just want to put a big thanks out to everybody for watching, all the likes, the subscriptions, the shares, and everything like that. And I guess we'll see you next time with a few more videos. See you later.
Bye.